Let them talk if they want to. This talk don't bother me. I want the whole wide world to know that I let them whisper, for they know not what's between you and I'm gonna keep on loving you till the day I die. They try to break up our romance, but they don't stand a chance. We've got a love that's so strong. We'll be together from now on. They say gossip comes from the devil's workshop, but I know true love can make it stop. I want the whole wide world to know that oh darling, I love you so. Try to break up our romance, they don't stand a chance, 'cause we've got a love that's so strong. We'll be together from now workshop, but I know true love can make it stop. I want the whole wide world to know that I love you so. They're jealous of everything that we do, but it's wonderful when you love someone and that someone really loves you. Oh, it's wonderful
Yes, that did put a lump in my throat, but I forgive you, Debbie.
No, that means we did it right.
You did it right. Let Them Talk. A lot of people think of this as a song by James Booker. It's actually written by a guy named Sonny Thompson, but James Booker made it his own, kind of like
Everything.
Jeff
Yeah.
Buckley made Hallelujah his own. So it's like you just have certain people inhabit the music, and it becomes kind of their thing. Which brings me to, in addition to like being this character, what do you think Lee Harris taught you, Debbie, as a singer? Like, there's something beyond just knowing the technical part of it that, I mean, maybe through osmosis, did anything kind of pass on to you about it?
Oh, God, forget osmosis. She took a whole bunch of that stuff and wrapped it up and put it in my hands and closed my fingers around it.
Mm-hmm.
None of it was accidental. She was remarkably generous.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I don't know that I've ever known or worked with anybody who was as consistently and enthusiastically generous as she was.
Mm-hmm.
She included other people, included other singers so universally and so completely. I wouldn't have half of the foothold I have here. I wouldn't know half of the people I know here if it weren't for her. And she gave it to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't peripheral. She put it in my hands.
How about as a piano player? What was it like? There's a connection there. I mean, or you're butting heads when it comes to. I imagine. I mean, it's got to be a tricky relationship.
It can be tricky. With Lee, it never was. That was one of the things I loved about working with her, is it was always as easy as it should have been musically.
Mm-hmm.
And she made it that way through a combination of confidence in herself and confidence in me that was not necessarily even warranted at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was always fearless in whatever she did musically, and she just counted on me to follow her. And I think I started playing with her when I was still pretty young. You know, I was in my mid-20s, and it was just kind of like, oh, I guess that's the way this works. And sure, I'll follow you off that cliff. And sometimes we'd splatter, but usually we'd land squarely in the glass of water, and it would be fun.
Beautiful. Now, I failed to let listeners know a couple things. You're tuned into WWOZ 90.7 FM New Orleans, WWOZ.org. And these wonderful voices you're hearing me have a conversation with. Josh Paxton's on piano, Debbie Davis, of course, the unmistakable voice of Debbie Davis. We're here to celebrate the life of Lee Harris, and there's something really powerful about that. Just that first song, there are certain, they're like these mountains unto themselves. There's these, locations that I don't know if I'd have the bravery to take on a song like that, but you handled it very beautifully, and it's interesting just to hear the one thing, that the thread running through this seems like Lee Harris made people believe in themselves, maybe even before they believed in themselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. She saw things in us that I guess were there, but maybe not. Maybe she put them there and made us think that they were part of us all along.
Yeah. Well, let's do another song.
Okay.
All right. This is
This is a song that Lee wrote.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that she was actually a pretty prolific and insightful songwriter. And this is a song that people have tried to tackle the topic of repeatedly, and I don't know that anybody has done it quite as on the nose as Lee did. It's the end of September. Other places in the world are putting on socks and, taking their winter clothes out of mothballs. I'm pretty sure my air conditioner is running just as hard as it was 2 months ago. So the dog days aren't over. Down here in the land of the dreamy dreams, the air conditioners stay on past Halloween. It's too hot to cook or do the mess around. So you change your shirt again and you go downtown. Everybody's on the edge and I know why. I see the dog star shining out the corner of my eye. People walking around like they got lead in their shoes. Ain't no way to lose these dog day blues. An ice cold tub might make you feel okay, but how many baths can you take in one day? Everybody's on the edge and I know why. I see the dog star shining out the corner of the sky. Sitting on the sidewalk with a keg of beer. Ain't no other way to stay sane round here. Kids running naked through the garden hose spray. First time my 2-year-old has smiled all day. Everybody's on the edge and I know why. I see the dog star shining. 9 months of summer, 6 days of fall, 2 weekends of spring and no winter at all. A good friend once told me, and I have to agree, it ain't so much the heat as the humidity. It's too hot. I ain't hitting on nothing, and you hard. Go on to another button, yeah, it's so hot. I'm totally crazed. Nothing mama told me could prepare me for these dog days. Arr, arr, arr. April in Paris, autumn in New York sound just fine with me. And a foggy day in London town would be my cup of tea. But a song about a southern night in late July, this is what it sounds like when blood fries. Down here in the land of the dreaming dreams, the air conditioners stay on past Halloween. It's too hot to cook or do the mess around, so you change your shirt again and you go downtown. Everybody's on the edge, I know why. I see the dog star shining out the corner of my eye. People walking around like they got lead in their shoes. Ain't no other way to beat these dog day blues. Kids running naked through the garden hose spray. First time my 2-year-old has smiled all day. Everybody's on the edge and I know why. I see the dog star shining out the corner of my eye. Everybody's on the edge, we all know why. I see the dog star shining. Everybody's on the edge, I know why. I see the dog star shining out the corner of my eye.
Yes, indeed. That's beautiful. Debbie Davis and Josh Paxton there. We're here.
And Lee Harris.
And Lee Harris, which brings me to something that we may lose the person as a physical presence, but there's something about the spirit of New Orleans music and people like Lee Harris. It seems like they're eternal by virtue of the impact they've had on so many different people, that we're always going to have these people in our lives through the music performed by people who knew them.
God, I hope so.
So I want to think
this would be real depressing if that weren't true.
absolutely. And And I want to thank you guys so much. We got time for one more song. I just
Okay.
think we should. If you have any thoughts, anything I maybe didn't address about her, all I can say is she was a fighter. We saw that,
Oh, God.
and let's hope that we could take a little bit of that strength into our lives and remember it for eternity, because that's why we're here. So.
I would say kindness and generosity are the watchwords
Mm-hmm.
with Lee. I mean, it's easy to remember all of the zest and vitality she had for life because it was so clear and so apparent. But I think what a lot of people didn't see, and what I have reflected on more than anything, is how willing and freely she gave of herself. She was. There was never an end to what she was willing to share with you if you were willing to share it.
And what I remember about her most is that she was so, more than anyone else I think I've known, unapologetically herself and unafraid to be so.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like New Orleans is a place for that. And when you see it on that level, you're even more impressed, because we all do our own thing, but there's people who really do their own thing.
So we're going to close with the first song I ever recorded with Lee.
It's a
And
good story. You should tell it.
It is?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what the story is.
You played it in the studio.
Oh, right. She gave me a demo tape for this song, and it was this sort of very esoteric sounding jazz arrangement. And I was trying to cop it on the piano and doing a not very good job in the studio. And after about 3 takes, the producer said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm trying to play the song, like it was on the demo." And he said, "Oh, no, forget that. I called you because I want you to play it like James Booker." And I said, "Oh,
Oh.
well, why didn't you tell me that?" And then we nailed it in 1 take. So,
Hats off to you to be able to take it on like James Booker, though. I mean, just James Booker,
Oh, is that all? Pish.
So what's the name of it?
it's called Paint This Town.
And it's off of a brilliant record she made with Mark Bingham at the Boiler Room called House of Secrets.
Yes.
If you don't own a copy, you should buy yourself one now.
Played a couple cuts earlier, so here's another reason.
I'm gonna paint this town tonight. Paint this old town right. Color it with memories bright by candlelight. I'm gonna paint this town tonight. Paint this town tonight. I'm gonna paint this old town blue. Brush strokes deep and true. A touch of Van Gogh starlight and an image of a fool. I'm gonna paint this old town blue. Paint this old town blue. Maybe I'll laugh and joke like I used to. Hustle and bustle like someone on the move. But if the subject of romance should arise, then I've gotta go. Can't let my true colors start to show. I'm gonna paint this else can I do when every dream I've dreamed has come untrue? I'm gonna paint this old town blue, paint this old town blue. Maybe I'll laugh and joke like I used to, hustle and bustle like someone on the move. But if the subject of romance should arise, then I've gotta go. Can't let my true colors start to show. I'm gonna paint this old town blue. What else can I do when every dream I've dreamed has come untrue? Because of you, I'm gonna paint this old town blue. I'm gonna paint it true. I'm gonna paint it just like I see it. I'm gonna paint this all